Hey everyone, Ty Bostic back with you from Lava Fitness, your fitness director, and I'm here with Rachel Cantori, NASM certified trainer, National Academy of Sports Medicine. That's also my certification. What we're going over today is power exercise combined with strength. So what we're going to do is strength exercises, excuse me, I got a tongue twister there. I've been working out too hard this morning. The strength exercises are going to be combined with these power for a superset. So we're going to go over the chest, lats, shoulders, and legs. And this really gets into our athletic style of training. We can train anywhere from teens to mid-20s. And a lot of our athletes here at Lava go through this style of training to enhance their performance, all right? So the first thing we're going to start off with is a bench and plow push-up. The first thing we're going to do is describe proper technique on the bench press. Now, this isn't pressed enough, in other words, no pun intended. But what we're doing here is she's going to lay back on the bench. A lot of people they get this technique wrong and then they end up with bad shoulders, and most people that start off doing this, they should be handling their body weight first for push-ups, but luckily we got strong Rachel here, okay, who can handle good weight. All right, so the first thing she's going to do, I'm going to walk around here. She's going to make sure her feet are driven in, press into the ground, and she's going to drive that in so she can engage that core. You can lift your back a little bit, but as long as your butt is staying pressed firmly to the bench here, notice how she engages her lats, she's tight, and she's acting like she's driving her feet down to the ground so she can get more leverage to push. Also with the hands, a lot of times, and I had this problem myself, you know, when I was in high school and college and doing bench press and I started having shoulder issues, we flare out, just like I talked about in the push-up if you guys remember. We start flaring our elbows. You want to make sure you're tucking those elbows under, basically like you're taking the bar and bending it. So when she gets under here, nice and tight, if she's acting like she's bending the bar down, that's going to roll her elbows under, right? And when you're doing these type of strength exercises, you want to spot her because we're working with 75 to 80% of her 1 rep max. So we've taken her 1 rep max, we're working with this weight, and she's not doing very many reps. She's only doing 3 to 5 because remember, we're in the strength phase, okay? There's the muscle endurance, hypertrophy, and strength. So this is about 80% of her 1 rep max. So she's going to come on down. I'm going to help her off. She's going to hit down here on the sternum. She's bending the bar down, push. 1, ooh, there we go. We've wore her out in these practices. 2, let's do 3, push, good. Right back. Now, immediately, for the power, she's going to go into a plow push-up. She can do this from the ground or the bench. 1, 2, 3, let's do 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rest. You okay? Yep. So, rest time. She's going to take about 1:30 to 2 minutes of rest. So it could seem a little boring working out in this phase, but remember, you're pushing yourself on the strength and you're pushing yourself on the power. So she's going to take a bit of a rest, and then we'll do 3 more sets, all right, 3 to 5. So we give her about 4 in this range, and then we're going to move on to the lats. So you can do this whole workout in full body, okay? You want to go again? Let's go again. Now some of you at home might be asking, what kind of weight do we throw on? What exactly do we do for these and whatnot? Now remember, it's always important to get the advice of a fitness professional because we study these things. We come out of college and we learn this stuff, and especially through our certifications. But it's important for quality over quantity. You don't just throw a weight on there and say, okay, well, this feels strong enough. I'm going to do this. I'm going to superset it with that. Numbers don't lie. You got to go by percentages. We were working with Rachel's percentage right there for 1 rep max for her strength phase. That was 75 to 80%. When you're in a hypertrophy phase, you're working from 65 to 70%, right? So numbers don't lie, so you gotta do it right. And it's also very important to get your form down. Do these things right. You don't have to throw on a bunch of weight and just think you're strong automatically. If your form is going in the correct motion, then you're going to perform better. Same thing with the power exercises, right? You don't have to do that many reps as long as you're doing it the right way. Quality over quantity. So now we're rolling into the lats, okay? This is after the chest. We're working the back in a strength mode and we're working the back in a power mode. Now remember, we're working with 75 to 80% of her 1 rep max. She's going to retract her shoulder blades back and pull down. Let's go chin up. Good. And she's going to squeeze and then right back down. Now, she's also going to give you a demo of the wrong way you see a lot of people do it. See, they start to roll forward and pull it straight down. They don't pull their shoulder blades back together. Good. Now let's go back to the right way. And Rachel even made the comment earlier, she does the right way so well that it's hard for her to do it the wrong way. So remember that at home. Good. Chin up, pull it down. Her shoulder blades are retracting back like butterfly wings, okay? I feel them touching back here. She's not hunching her back. She's keeping her abs tight. She's got a little bit of an arch in her back, not too much hyperextension. Nice, and let's go back up. Now, that's her strength move. To the power phase for the lats, mainly the back, right? That's our largest muscles in your back. We always say the lats run from your armpit down to your backside, right? It's A to A. So, moving on to this, we're going to do slams. This is overhead soccer slam. We have 2 types of medicine balls here. We have one that's fairly bounces back, it's heavy, and when you have a heavier one that's a non-bounce. Rachel's going to demonstrate both for us, and she's going to demonstrate it the right way, and we're also going to show you the wrong way that a lot of people do them. So starting off with this, remember it's power, so 8 to 10 reps, okay? Now, a lot of times people will start off with their feet together, and they'll kind of just like straight up. Give us a demo of how you see. See, and they won't really like flop back enough. She's going to go shoulder width apart, right? She's going to get some bend into it, right? And she's really going to press down and slam that ball in. And when she does, she's going to really engage her lats and let her hands fly back. She's not going to stop here. You see a lot of athletes doing that. That's incorrect, right? You're not getting the full engagement of the wings. Ready? Nice. And just popping right back up. Let's do 6 of those. 2, 3. Good job. 4, 5, 6. Now, something else to notice at home, when she was catching that ball, and she was catching it correctly too, she's really engaging her core in that too, so that's an eccentric phase. Now, moving on to this. Little heavier. This is what you'll need a trainer for if you're getting trained in performance enhancement. We're gonna, ooh, feel that? A little heavier. It's heavier than her groceries at home when she goes to Whole Foods, okay? So let's go. We're gonna slam this 6 times, really, ooh, knock it down there. We're going to have to get her going again. Ready? Pop it down, let your head follow, hit it right here. Nice. And right back up. There's 1, 2. Get your whole body into it. Fling. 3. Good job, Rachel. We're going to do 5. 4. 5. Everybody, does she have 8 in her? Let's go to 8. Come on, you got it. Pop up, engage your core, bam, hit down, good. 6, 2 more, lock those lats. Bam. 7, uh-oh, that got away from her a little bit, she's getting tired. Last one, pop it up and slam. 8, good. Conditioning's up too. Remember, that's an athletic phase. We're also conditioning through this. Strength to power. How do you feel?
Good.
Do you feel that locked in back there?
I definitely feel it in my back.
Yeah, definitely. And we got a little heavier with this medicine ball. This is a non-slam, and this is kind of one that gives a bounce back. We're going to move on to the shoulders next. Strength to power. And it's also important to remember that patience is a virtue. That's what my dad always told me. Patience. It takes 4 to 6 weeks for quality chemistry changes in the body. 4 to 6 weeks, so that takes some time. And that also goes by very fast too if you think about it in your mind. So week 2, week 3, week 4 comes around and you feel like, oh, I'm not pushing up that much weight, my weight hasn't changed. As long as you're doing it right, you'll get those physiological changes in your body that you're yearning for. Don't go anywhere. Ty here and Rachel will be right back to show you strength and power for the shoulders and strength and power for the legs. And you're going to watch Rachel really break a sweat if she's not already. Do we have anything here? Yeah, something there. I can't believe I just touched it with my fingers. Hey everyone, we're back. Ty here from Lava Fitness with Rachel. He's been going through a vigorous power exercise. This is full body, and this should take about 45 to 60 minutes to get through. We're moving to the shoulders now for a strength and power. For her strength move, she's gonna be doing a military press, and then for the power, she's gonna be doing an overhead medicine ball throw to really stimulate the shoulders. Starting off with the military press, she's gonna go feet shoulder width apart, right? And when she gets down, she's gonna hold it right here, and she's gonna keep a nice straight back, flex her legs. She's gonna pull it straight up, okay? See, back safety, right? She didn't wanna do the arch back, don't hunch back. We don't wanna look like an elephant riding a tricycle when you do these. And that's basically when you're like that. It's terrible for the lumbar. Now she's gonna pull it on up to the chest. Nice solid ground, nice and stable. She's gonna press up and behind. Bam, right there. See, biceps in line with her ears and back down. There's 1, we're doing 5 reps. 2, core nice and tight. 3, 4, good job. See, it's obviously heavy, right? This is her strength move. And 5. Now she's gonna hold it here. Nice straight back going down, bend the knees. All right, there it is. Good, nice safe form. Remember that at home. Keep going over that. Too many times, you see people lift like that. You don't want to be an elephant riding a tricycle. I love saying that. All right, so we're going to come here. Now for the power move for the shoulders. All right, she's solid. Let's take about a step forward. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. You can slam it and turn around and catch it, or you can have a trainer here that's going to catch it for you and give it back. A lot of times in this style of training, the athletes that I train, I'm usually there to catch it for them. Rachel as well too. All right, so here we go. We're going to do 8 to 10 reps here. Bam. Exploding back, good. Let's go a little more explosive. Bam. See how she's getting the explosiveness in her shoulders? Good, there's 3. Good, 4. Ooh, that was a good one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 19 more. 9, ready? Right here, explode. And 10. Now, what's important, a minute to 2 minute rest right here. She's gonna rest and let those come down. That was very explosive for the shoulders. So while we're doing this, she's gonna go with a little bit of a heavier medicine ball that doesn't bounce. We got the old non-bounce. Remember we did this with the lats. Let's do about 5 with these. Explode from the legs. Oh, there we go, not bad. Let's take a step back here and hit the wall. Come on back. Explode and hit. Oh, see? There's 2. Come on, explode, explode, explode. 3, got that one off. See how she's having to use the shoulders there. 2 more, come on, you got it, Rachel. Everybody cheer on at home. 4, her best one yet right there. Use the legs, explode. Bam. 5, good. Let's give her a hand at home. Give her a hand at home. She's going through her rest now. We're going to move on to the legs. For the last part of our strength and power, we're going to do the legs. Now remember, on all these sets that we're doing 3 to 5, 3, 4, 5. And that's depending on your athlete or your client's energy level, or in other words, exhaustion level. So moving to the legs here, this is the hardest part. We're letting the blood come down. We're using this for our last set of exercises. 3 to 5 sets. Okay, you can either do a barbell back squat, all right, or you can do a front squat. Particularly, I favor the front squat. The reason I like it is because it helps you engage your core. Too many times on a barbell back squat, you see people start doing that and hyperextending. This keeps your core tight and you have to pull it to the front and then push, okay? So this is engaging everything. Her glutes, her hamstrings, it's getting some quads, okay? Now she's gonna pick it up, nice straight back, pulling them on up here, okay? Feet shoulder width apart. She's pushing from the heels, not the toes. Hold on for a minute, Rachel, let me explain this to them. When people start pushing from the toes and they get up here, I used to have that bad habit through high school and stuff. I wasn't properly engaging my glutes. Therefore, I found out I had weak glutes like 3 minutes ago. I'm sorry, 3 years ago, okay? So we're pushing from the heels, bam, and driving up, okay? Now, this is gonna be strength, so she's gonna do 5 reps. 1, 2, good. 3, just at parallel. 4, and 5, nice job. You're gonna let those down. There's her strength move. Now she's going to immediately superset it with her power move. She's got two options here. She can do a tuck jump, and let's do 8 of these, okay? 8 tuck jumps. She's going to squat down, bam, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice job. Relax. Or, as she said you did these in soccer, give us a demo. Watch this. All right, and let's turn to the side so they can get it at home. Let's face that way. Yeah. Just gonna pull it up, and I'll get behind here and catch it. There's 1. I got you. 2. Nice. You kicked it right to me. 3. Beautiful. Good job, Rachel. 4. 5. Uh-oh, legs getting a little tired. Come on, give me 2 solid ones. 6. That was good. Good one. Use power, and good. 7. Let's go to 8. 8. Rest. 1 minute to 2 minutes. In her case, probably about 2 minutes. You got your legs kind of tired there. Then we'd go through it again. 3 to 5 sets. How you feel?
Good. I'm a little tired.
All right.
Sweaty.
So we're gonna go back over this one more time. Let's pick these weights up real quick. We're gonna go through the front squat. Now remember, there we go, safety picking them up. Front squat, pull them up here to the front. So compared to having them on the back, let's take a side view so they can see at home. Compared to having them back here, the bar here where you arch too much, this is helping keeping her core tight because she's got all the weight right here, all right? Pushing from the heels, let's go spread out a little bit. I always say feet a little wider than your shoulders. You don't want to be too close in. There's been a long-standing debate about that, about how the angle of your feet, how close they're in or being too far apart. Now let's do our squats here and press from the heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax right there. Another thing that's important too, if you start to feel your knees start to cave in, I always say act like you're taking your knees and you're corkscrewing them out, okay? In other words, if you start feeling this, really flex your legs and corkscrew out, hold, and push right back up. That helps you flex better. Now set that down, let's go back into your power again. Let's give them some, get your popcorn ready at home. Here we go. Tuck jumps, she's gonna come down here, start off in a squat, and pop up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice. Relax. All right, she's catching her breath. So it's very important to remember that there's a flow. There's a series to these exercises, meaning chest, back, shoulders, legs. Now that's all if you're doing it within one session, okay? I said 45 to 60 minutes. Now, if you want to go a little heavier, you can split it up. You can do a chest and back day and then do a shoulder and legs day. The reason why I'm not really saying triceps, biceps, calves, is that you really want big compound movements, right? You're not really want to split it up and do small, okay? So, basically the whole flow of this, when we go with chest, we're doing 3 to 5 sets, 1 to 2 minute rest, basically about 2 minutes because you're really going to exhaust yourself. And before you do any of these, you should have it 75 to 80% of your 1 rep max, meaning that you should have tested your 1 rep max with a trainer and have your numbers down. Numbers never lie, so that way you know that you're actually achieving your results. And be patient, 4 to 6 weeks of this style of training, 2 to 3 times a week, right? It's really going to get you to the place where you need to be. And this can be for young athletes, this can be for just general population as well. But you have to know your numbers and have to do it correctly and smart. So hopefully each one of these forms that we've talked about, that you have them down and you've noticed that there takes a lot of instruction to this instead of just jumping in and just doing it. Rachel, you have anything?
I mean, I got a great workout in. I think it's definitely beneficial to your strength with the power.
Yeah, so she's actually, and medicine ball training is some of the best way to go. Now, we're both National Academy of Sports Medicine certified trainers, so this is Longar certification. I'm not sure about some other certifications that they focus on this style of training for athletics, do they?
Not that I know of. No.
Yeah, so basically when we get into power phase, this is where we need to be. I hope you've had a good time enjoying watching our strength and power exercises. And remember, that a workout is only 4% of your day, so there's no excuses. I remember I used to do this a lot back in high school for forearms and strength. This is important for baseball players as well. But join us next time, and we're going to be showing you some more great exercises, meeting some great people at Lava here on Hilton Head Island. And I don't know if this is going to bend on me or not. So I hope you had a great time, and we'll see you next week.